Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Warren from the Rhapsody Piano Studio. I want to welcome you to today's live stream. This is going to be Stay in Memory by Iruma. You don't pronounce the Y, by the way. Did you know that? I know that because I'm Korean American. So this is for intermediate piano. Hello, Army Nuna. How's it going? Is that your real name? Army. I call myself military. All right. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. If you want to catch whenever I go live, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. Okay. And I got my little fisheye camera here, so we're gonna cover a pretty wide range here today. Also, you can find sheet music links in the cards as well as the description below after this live stream is over. Okay. All right, Chalky, how are you doing today? I hope everything is safer out there than it is in America right now. Okay. If you are listening to this and you live in America, the United States, stay away from big cities, man. Just do yourself a favor. Stay home. Stay safe. Okay. This is Stay in Memory. I'm going to show you how to practice this. And also, hi, Micah. How you doing? And you want to think of these lessons. It's pretty much an instruction. This is kind of like how I would actually teach in person. Kind of, not exactly how. Lightning, how's it going? No worries, right on time, okay? So these lessons are pretty much how I would teach in person, somewhat, okay? I mean, there are some differences. But you want to think of these as the step-by-step instructions, how to practice correctly, okay? When you're done with this, when you feel like you got the process down, and, by the way, it's not going to take, one lesson and you just magically or know exactly how to practice. So it's going to take a few lessons, quite a few times, maybe watching the same lesson a few times. After you're done with this, you're going over to the tutorial, because that's the only way to know if you're actually understanding the processes, because it's kind of like the lesson without the instructions, okay? So just go back and forth, remember that, okay? I am doing fine, how are you? Okay? So this is Stay in Memory. Let me give you a little blurb about this before we actually get started. It's about 3 pages long. Looks to be in C major. That doesn't mean there's going to be no flats or sharps, all right? It's just basically in C major, okay? I think. Let me see here. Yeah, it looks like C major to me. Okay. All right, let's get this started. Okay, so I basically gave you the first 8 measures, and also this is super important to remember. Wherever you stop, you want to go at least 1 note into the next part. That way you kind of just automatically connect it, because if you don't do that, you're gonna have to waste time connecting those. Sometimes it's just 1 measure, but trust me, like you don't want to waste your time doing that. Okay, so always 1 note into the next chunk, section, slice, whatever you want to call it. Okay. All right, so I think 8 measures might be a little bit long if you don't know what you're doing, and this first time you're doing something like this. Thank you very much, Lightning. So I'm just the first 4 measures, stopping at the first note of measure 5. Okay, so you can actually split it up like that. Now we have a small section here, small part, small chunk, again, whatever you want to call it. I'll probably just call it chunks for the rest of this lesson. Now, you're just going to go back and simplify it. And we simplify it by doing hands separate. So here's just the right hand. Sometimes these notes don't come out. I have a little older piano, but if you have a better piano, trust me, those notes will be fine. Yeah, it is a little Disney-esque. All right, and you notice I am using a lot of pedal here. It's kind of hard to describe how to use pedal. Okay, it's just I might do like an entire vlog on just the idea of pedaling, because there have been books just written on pedaling alone. It's a very complex process. All right, it's really not that easy as people say. It's not just up down. Okay, it's like if you drive, it's not just down, gas, brake, gas, brake. There's a lot that goes into it, okay? But just notice for this one at least, you can get away with using a lot of pedal. So harmonies he chooses to do with this piece, the song, it blends together quite nicely, okay? I'm pretty much doing it like every, like I'll say half measure or so. Not always exactly like that, or so, okay? All right, so I'm gonna show you one more time. It's really, what is difficult about this is making that sound like one line of melody. And I'm not always successful at it, right? Especially when it's jumping and leaping. So this goes to here almost. You see that? And again, this is so hard to play soft on this piano, so sometimes I play louder than necessary, okay? If you're at home and you have a better instrument than mine, a newer instrument that can really, you can play, you can probably play a lot softer than I'm doing, okay? All right, now let's try it together. Ready, go. Okay, yeah. So if you're wondering why you're probably not wondering, okay, I usually have to play a little louder on this piano because the control and the range of sound, the volume I would say, dynamics, it's not too good on this piano. But if you can get away with it, remember the end of those phrases, you don't want to make it, okay? So really even it off, okay? It's almost like shapes. All right, let's go to left hand now. Okay, so here you definitely have to practice jumps. If you're not comfortable with this, it's going to take you a long time. Okay, the way to practice jumps, and you want to do it so much that you're not really thinking about or feeling the motion anymore. Your hand just kind of moves on its own, okay? So from one jump to the next, get to the next position. I would actually practice this way, all right? So I would play it slow. You move to the next part as fast as possible. As soon as you find it, when you feel your fingers are on the keys, then you play it. Then you repeat this process here. See how I'm doing this? Okay, let me take the next measure. Same thing here. As soon as you play, try to move as fast as possible. Okay? So you need to practice those motions. This is jumps. And when that gets easier, then you can actually try to do it a little faster this way. See that? So now I'm shortening the time I'm playing the notes. Okay? Then after a while, you can get with slower motions. And definitely practicing with the metronome, okay? So one note to the next, trying to make these smooth. Okay? Okay? So that's really how to practice these jumps. Alright, let's try that together from the beginning now. Left hand, ready, go. Switch to a four like that. Okay. Then we just go back to both hands. Okay, we'll try that together. Ready, go. That's wrong. I'm gonna do that again. Kind of zoning out. Ready, go. Okay, and most of the time you're gonna always have to, I say always practice hands separate, okay? Unless you are practicing music that's easier than your level, you can get away with both hands. But when you're doing something that's right at your level or a little bit more challenging, for sure, make sure you practice a lot of hands separate. This is something that everyone typically forgets to do after a while, and it's just simple. Like some of my students, like I can't play hands together, and I'm like, do you do hands separate? They're like, no. I'm just like, then do hands separate. Oh, okay. And then all of a sudden the problem is fixed. Okay. All right. Measures 5 to 9. I'm gonna put the finger right. Oh, I'll go over this later. All right. So 5 to 9. Definitely using a lot of pedal to create legato. You might not want to use my fingerings because I'm doing a 5, 4, 4, 3, 2. That might not work so well. So maybe you could do like a 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, something like that. So whatever you're watching this video, like if these fingers, the numbers that I'm using, if they don't work out for you, then don't use them. Okay. A good way to really understand what numbers you should be using is to practice without any pedal. So you see where you actually need to really pedal, but it's also the reason why you also don't want to practice with pedal is to not depend on it so much. If you can get away with using a legato and just changing the finger numbers around, that's always a better suggestion, okay? All right, but here, just to be honest, I don't really practice these much. I just kind of run through them once in a while. And then I don't, if I really practice it, I probably would pick different finger numbers, but I just don't care. I'm not really even thinking about finger numbers, to be honest with you, okay? So if you need to, really, even go as so far as to write them down, all right? Show you one more time. Again, I'm using a lot of pedal here to connect it. That might be something beyond what you can do at this moment. Okay? Alright, so it's also pedal. Like I'm not thinking about, it's just everything's kind of automatic for me at this level. Okay, let's just put it that way. Alright, 5 to 9, right hand, ready, go. Alright, now to the left hand. Remember, practicing these jumps if you need to. Okay, let's try that together. 5 to 9, ready, go. Another idea I want to float out there. It's kind of an advanced concept, but if you can get away with it, if you're ready for something next level, go ahead. When I'm playing these bass notes, you want to make these louder than everything in the middle up here. Create some nice balance. You hear that? Because you don't want everything to sound the same. That just does not sound good. Okay. All right, back to both hands. Okay, together, ready, go. Okay, so far we have two different chunks. Now, just use common sense here, put it together. We're going to go from the beginning all the way to measure 9. process. Hands separate, hands together. Okay, right hand. Oops, sorry about that. See, sometimes these notes don't come out. Just deal with it. Okay, ready, go. All right, left hand. All right, ready, go. Okay, back both hands. Okay, right hand. Wait, we already did that. What am I talking about? Okay, both hands together. Okay, ready, go. Okay, and all right, so now I'm gonna give you the next half of this page. So we did 4 measures at a time. It's a good goal to try to lengthen those sections that you practice because it's an indication that you're improving and also your concentration is getting better. So look, if you had a challenge with the first 4 measures, then it's probably gonna be challenging when we do, even more challenging when you do 8 measures. If so, just pause the video, whatever you need, and just practice 4 measures at a time, okay? All right, here's the next part, 9 to 17. I think about 17, I need to figure out where to end. So I'm gonna start measuring 9. Okay, so that was measure 17. So we went from measures 9 to 17. If you compare it to the beginning, it's similar, just some extra notes here and there. So very small differences, okay? So here's just the right hand, 9 to 17. Okay, back to both hands. Wait, we need to do that together. All right. Getting out of place today. All right, left hand, 9 to 17. Ready, go. All right, back to both hands. Okay, try that together. Ready, go. All right, so man, okay, so that's a lot to practice here, but we had the smallest part, which we did 4 measures, okay, and then I gave you an 8 measure section. Now I'm gonna give you the entire page, all right? So it's about 16 measures. I'm not gonna do that for the rest of this video because it's gonna take forever. So after this first page, I'm just gonna give you longer and longer sections to practice. Plus, it's a good challenge for you anyway, okay? All right, here's the entire first page. I'm just gonna show you hands separate first and then do hands together again. No worries, Morgan, how are you doing today? Right on time, anytime. Anytime is on time. Alright, yes, first day of June. I don't know about you guys, but it just feels, some people are like, time is flying. For me, it's just because I'm constantly working every day and getting a lot more done. It feels like everything is so slow. It's like June, but I swear to God, it feels like a half a year has already passed. Just so much going on, right? All right, here's the right hand. right, together, ready, go. Alright, back to both hands. Let's just try it together because look at it took me like 30 minutes to get through one page. Sorry, but I need to get some time to practice too. So let's try from the beginning all the way to 17 hands together. Ready, go. What is this? Do you know how to compose? By man, people just have no patience these days. Look, dude, you ask me a question while I'm actually playing at the same time. It's like you can't even wait till I'm done with the section. Alright, don't be like that, people. Don't be like that. Yes, it is very pretty. Okay, so 17, second page. Now I'm going to give you longer and longer sections, okay? Alright, so 17, let's figure out where this stops. I'm going to play it from the beginning of the second page. Do that again. Maybe a little softer. I don't know if I want forte or not. Sound coming out my piano. That's odd. I'll figure that out later. Okay. Sorry, that threw me off. Alright, so that was 17. Went all the way to, where was that? 25. Okay, did you hear 25? You kind of hear it does come back to that original section. Okay, so sorry, I'm getting kind of OCD on this. Alright, right hand 17 to 25. You know what? We're gonna mix it up a little bit. Plus, this is, when you're practicing, just one thing to keep in mind when you're doing these little chunks at a time, and you do like intermediate level as well. This is gonna take you a long time, so you're not gonna get through the whole thing in one day, unless you have like several hours. Okay, so if you have like 30 minutes to practice, you probably won't even get through one page. So remember to pace yourself, be patient, and be strategic. You want to figure out what days you want to practice which sections, okay? Practice is not as easy as it seems, so it does take a little bit of thinking. By the way, if you like this video, hit the like button. If it's helping you with piano, you feel like you're learning something from it, feel like this is valuable, hit the like button, help me out. All right, 17 to 25, let's just try it together, right hand. Ready, go. hand, one thing to point out, measure 18. I'm taking this with both thumbs. Okay? So, yeah, if you want to do that, go ahead. It's really not that hard, but not that I'm saying it's difficult, okay? So, what's happening there? Two thumbs. Neat little trick a lot of pianists use all the time. Okay, 17 to 25, left hand, ready, go. Now back to both hands. 17, 25, ready, go. Alright, next part, 25. Try to move this along. Alright, to 33 this time. So you hear that? It's very similar to the beginning. It's a little bit more difficult because a lot more notes. It's the notes and the rhythm is also feeling like it's getting more active. So this part is definitely, when you get to this part, you probably need to practice it a little bit more than we're doing right now. Okay. All right, 25 to, where do we stop? 25 to 33, and then 33. Just show you here, it's a clear key change. Okay. All right. So 25 to what key is this? Your guess is as good as mine. All right, there's a lot of flats there, so something to keep in mind. 25, I think they're flats. This is one thing to understand when you find these I mean, it's like an unauthorized sheet music. All right, I don't know if it's illegal or not, but whatever. It just depends on the composer. And this is written by people who do it for free, so props to them for doing it. But sometimes when they write this music, it's not always notated properly, just because, you know, of course they don't have a background in like composition or things like that. I'm not telling you to not look at it, but understand, just because it shows you A flat or a sharp here, that might not even be the proper notation. So keep that in mind, okay? All right, 25 to 33. Ready, go. Alright, so another thing that's really difficult about this part before we look at the left hand, when you get all these extra notes, is still bringing that top melody out. So I'll play it one time just with the melody. Oh, that's not right. Can't read this, alright. Alright, and then when you put all those notes together, hard to balance that, okay? Extremely advanced type of thing we're talking about. All right, left hand, 25 to. Why does it keep? What is going on? Is there something? All right, sorry, that rattling is bugging me. Sorry about that. Okay, this is 25 all the way to where we stop. 33. Ready? Go. gotta do it together. Sorry about that. Let me count you off, right? Ready, go. Okay, now next section. Gosh, this is such a long song. Okay, from this is 33. I'm gonna play it together. We'll see where this ends. Weird. Okay. Wow, this part's tricky. Alright, so I will just show you the right hand here. A lot of different flats and whatnot. So now here, and then the next note here, this might be a bit of a stretch. I use a 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't bother me at all. So one thing with piano, if whatever you're doing causes you pain, do not do that. That's not proper technique. It's not the same as sports where they say no pain, no gain. Here, it's just no pain whatsoever. Okay, so if this doesn't work, maybe you just play the chords on top. All right, maybe you can do 1, 2, 3, 5, and do that. Just avoid pain whatsoever. Okay, but I use a 1, 2, 3, 4. My hands are pretty flexible. Same thing with my fingers, so I can reach without any discomfort. Okay, so let me show you here. And we're gonna do both right hand together after this. There's a lot going on here. So just to help you out with practice as well, you might want to highlight this section because I think it might be the most difficult part in this whole entire song, okay? Alright, right hand, we'll go together. I'll do a lot slower this time. Ready, go. Trying to read that, Chalky. I got a little distracted. Alright, thank you, Chalky. Yeah. I hope your dogs are doing well. Sorry. I was trying to play and read at the same time. Not a good idea. Okay, left hand, 33 to same part was 41. Okay, here, same thing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Or use the 5, 4, 2, 1. Alright, avoid discomfort. Little discomfort is fine, just no pain. So, a lot of movement here, a lot of jumps. See that? Way more going on here in the left hand. Should be a D flat, sorry about that, and then D natural. Okay. One note here, bugging. Okay. Gotta stop doing that. Okay, left hand, shout together. I'll go a lot slower because it's just a lot more movements here, right? 33, ready, go. to both hands. Let's just try it at the same time. 33, 2, 41. Ready? Go. Okay. Before we end the lesson, we got like one section left, this final part. This is a quick public service announcement for all the regular listeners out there. I'm kind of cutting down on my content. I usually do 2 lessons a week and 3 tutorials and 1 live stream on Saturday. This is starting to get too much for me just because I can manage it, I can put in the work, but I haven't been improving much. Plus, I want to focus on a lot of other different types of content. So what you will see is 1 lesson a week, 2 tutorials a week, and I'm going to keep the live stream on the weekend, okay? But yeah, I want to get back to more practice. I want to make a lot more improvement and show you a lot cooler content. I'll also be looking into maybe even doing vlogs in the future where I actually talk to the camera, you can see my face, and some helpful educational materials that hopefully I can put out there for you guys, okay? Alright, this is 41 to the end. Let me zoom in. My old eyes. Okay, 41 to the end. I'll just show you right hand first. Wow, it's not coming out. So one other thing I want to say about all these lots of notes you're holding together, this really depends on the size of your hand, so I can get away just playing chords like this. If that's uncomfortable for you, either take out some notes, or you can just do this roll. Of course, you can't roll every single one of these, okay? But so if that's kind of difficult, you can just get away with that, all right? 41 to the end, ready, go. Slow it down here. We're gonna slow down even more. All right, left hand. Let's try it together. Ready, go. So we're gonna just do this whole last part, both hands together. Then I'm gonna call it a day. I'll give you guys a quick recap at the end. But if you're gonna leave right now, that's fine. I won't take it personal. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe before you go though. All right, 41, ready, go. Alrighty, that was it. So I'll give you guys a quick recap. Thanks for watching. This is incredibly kind of a longer lesson. Yeah, intermediate lesson. Okay. So this was Staying Memory by Iruma. Iruma, not Yiruma, or Iruma. Okay. All right. This was 3 pages long. It's in the key of C major, although we do change keys. There's gonna be a lot of sharps later on, or a lot of flats as well. Okay. Black keys if you want to think that way. So pace yourself when you're practicing. You do small parts at a time. Okay, small chunks. Then within those small chunks, you do hands separate. Then you pick the next part, do the same thing, and then when you can, you connect them into bigger parts. So for instance, at the beginning of this lesson, I did first 4 measures. Then I did the next 4 measures. Turned into 8 measures. Then, I did the next 8 measures. And we did the whole page, which is about 16 measures at a time, but it's not always the number, okay? There's not always the same number. It's not always 8 measures because each song is different, how people want to compose it and whatnot. So the size of your chunks with whatever else you practice might vary. So keep that in mind, okay? Yeah, simple as that. A lot of pedaling for this one, a lot of movements in the left hand that you have to practice until it becomes automatic. Otherwise, it's not gonna sound good, okay? All right, that was it. Thanks. Oh man, that's a long lesson. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to pace yourself when you're practicing this. Don't plan to do the whole entire song in one day. It might take you like an entire half day if you do that. I'm sure you don't really have time to do that. I don't have time to do that either. So really keep that in mind. Whenever you practice, maybe a few sections, and then really plan certain days you're going to practice this section and that section. Okay, if you plan it out, you're going to save a lot of time, and you're actually going to get a lot more done as well. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Happy practicing.